The history of gold mining in the upper Koyukuk region goes back before the Klondike gold rush of 1898-99. The very first prospectors who entered this country looking for gold, they were along on the expedition with Lieutenant Henry Allen, who was a U.S. Army lieutenant. John Bremner was one of the men, and Pete Johnson was the other, and they were the first prospectors in the Koyukuk. The Koyukuk was so distant from supply centers, transportation was so costly, a miner could only expect to find enough gold to perhaps finance the next year's operation. So it was what we call today subsistence mining. Through the 1880s and most of the 1890s, there were only perhaps 20 or 30 men mining in the upper Koyukuk region, so just a handful. But when the Klondike gold strike was made in 1897, 1898, tens of thousands of people rushed to Canada's Yukon and then spilled over into Alaska. They heard rumors of gold strikes in the upper Koyukuk region and followed them. The first year, 1898, brought about 1,000 miners on 50 steamboats up the Koyukuk River. The vast majority of those stampeders decided they had made a terrible mistake and turned around and left. So out of 1,000, there were fewer than 100 left in the upper Koyukuk. But during that time, they managed to found a number of boomtowns. Peavey was one, Union City another, Bergman was a gold rush town, Sioux City, Jimtown, and a handful of others that really only lasted 1 year. The upper Koyukuk has long been known as hungry country. The hunting opportunities are not always advantageous, and it's not easy to live in this region, and so the population has always been relatively low. In Wiseman today, for example, there are 30 cabins dating from the 1920s that are still standing, and for that reason, Wiseman is perhaps the easiest and best example of a gold rush town that people can see today.